Ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Sorsa here at AMF Northglenn, and I'm pleased to have Mike Vasquez with me again doing the color. And we have a special guest. We have Regional Sales Manager for Storm, one of my early Master champions, but I won't tell you how old he is, but Brett Cooper. Brett, it's fantastic. I appreciate you coming in and spending some time with us and helping the club, as you always do anytime you get a chance to come into town.
For sure, I love it. Thanks for having me on.
We'd love to, get a, pick your brain. I mean, I don't think I have big tweezers or anything, but I'll do the best I can.
All right.
But no, we would really appreciate it. Kind of see if you can help these guys. When you're watching them, how we can help them get a little bit better, this and that.
Right.
Obviously, these guys have done great this weekend.
Yes, they have. If they made it to this part, yes, they have.
Yes, out of 173 bowlers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did fantastic. Okay, right before we went on the air, Brett asked me why I picked the PBA Cheetah here at Northglenn. Now, it's probably the shortest pattern I use, I believe, 33 feet.
Right.
I like to go, I never like to use the same distance week to week. I always change patterns, and I like to go long, short, medium, that type of thing, maybe a little bit more mills in another pattern, this and that. Mm-hmm. And basically what I'm trying to do, everybody's got an A game.
Oh, yeah.
So there's guys that love playing on short, like Felix. You give him the ditch, and I just write him a check.
Night and day.
Yeah, ridiculous. And then there's guys that they're just excellent. And I'll pick up another guy, Darryl Stone. Darryl has not really bowled regularly. I mean, he's married now. He's got 2 kids. He's working hard. This is probably the first time he's had a chance to come out in 2 months. And he just, it's like he never stopped. You know what I mean? He walks in and he reads it and he throws a great ball and he's just fun to watch. He really is. It's excellent to see him back and he just steps right in.
Yeah.
And Felix is that way at times. Jerry Toma, who had to take a couple of years off. He had, I think he tore a ligament.
He did.
His finger,
in his hand.
Hand or whatever. So now he's finally coming back and bowling good. It's just great to see these guys coming up and bowling. The handicaps really are going to be pretty close.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were going to.
I don't know what they. Yeah, what else are going to do with that?
I thought they were. I'm nervous. I thought Brendan was going to give you the Gatorade thing.
I thought so too.
Thank you, buddy. But that's why we did it.
Okay.
We were on last week. We were on. Now I got to think.
Long.
Yeah.
You're on a long paddle last week?
Yeah, it was 45 feet.
That
43.
is long.
Something 43.
43.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, and I like to do that because, like I said, everybody's got an A game.
Modified Python?
Yes, thank you.
Oh.
We're a Crown. The problem with Crown,
Lots
again,
of friction.
Yeah, because it's probably the oldest surface in Denver that I go
definitely.
to. Okay, and nothing bad about it, but it creates a challenge for us to put a pattern out that holds.
Mm-hmm.
The first time we go there, I put them on a U.S. Open pattern. We go 40 flat. So I'm thinking, most of the time they cut on a U.S. Open pattern is like 30.
Yeah.
Because everybody's looking for their own shot, which means the balls are everywhere. It's real tough to get lined up. The cut was 186 over
Oh my
on
gosh.
Saturday. It was 216 over on Sunday.
And what was it today on short pattern? 60-something?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yesterday it was 13. First squad this morning, 27, and then it started to open up a little bit. It ended up at 65.
Whew.
65 to 75 is normally what I look for.
Yeah.
Right.
It tells me that they got a decent look, but they got to execute. So I'm over there, and I mean literally, and they just got a new lane machine because they had an old. God, I think it was an old. Wasn't even a jet machine.
No.
So the pads, and you can't really do much.
No.
I'm limited to what I can do. So
You are very limited.
So he finally got a new machine. I said, okay, or it was used and they refurbished it and whatever. So I said, cool, okay. So I give him the pattern, I give him all the runs and all this stuff, and I'm watching, and I go, dude, this isn't even close to what this is supposed to play like.
Right.
I said, you can't take this shot and you play 7-2 as a right-hander, and it banks off the ditch.
Oh, no. Not
And
on
I'm
that
going,
pattern.
I'm going, please. There's no way.
No.
So and of course the mechanic is Delia's the old man, the owner, Delia and Roy.
Oh, yeah.
Their son.
Yeah, their son is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's getting his feet wet. He
Yeah.
really is. When he's good on machines,
Probably
but
learned a lot from Fred that was
oh
there
yeah,
before.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fred's
Fred
a
was
lane master.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's awesome. So he's looking at me and I'm going, dude, this is not close. And I said, you have to understand. You know, some guys want, they want their house to see scores, and I get it. But this is tournament, and these guys have a tournament average based on the difficulty that I'm giving them.
Right.
I said, if we were on this shot and they were using their league averages, they're going to be 30 to 40 pins higher, and so less handicap. The cut would be more realistic. You can't put all these guys on their sport average and put them on the Helen Keller Invitation.
Right.
So we go back to next time. And trying to remember exactly when I went far. I think I went 44, and on the reverse I tried to load the top coming back a little bit.
Right.
Just so even if the heads blow open, they're going to get a little skid almost at the break point, which means they're really going to have to check up.
Yeah. It's going to slow down.
So 68.
Huh.
Okay, not bad. But it still opened up.
Right.
And it got Wally World,
Yep.
So this time I bring Fred in, and I go, okay, look, here's what I'm dealing with. I got a surface. I don't know, number one,
Right.
if the lane machine is impacting the lane
Enough.
and uniformly enough as it goes down because of the age.
Yeah.
And they do piano key at times.
Yeah.
So
Plus all the valleys in the lane.
Right, yeah,
You
yeah.
can,
exactly.
a little raised
Sure.
area in 10 or something, and then
Or if
Yeah.
the machine's going down and the round gutter is
Correct.
up a little bit, it's going
Yeah.
to tip the machine up, and you have no contact on the surface, and then it gets
Yeah.
stupid.
even
Let's not talk about the sprayer either. How much
Yeah.
is he putting out?
yeah.
You know,
Which sprayers?
Yeah.
that was number 4.
Okay.
Because and I tried to tell Casey, I said, I want to come here, and I
Right.
want these guys to appreciate what you're doing,
Right.
but you also have to understand what I need and
Yeah.
how important it is.
Yeah,
I
you
said,
need to keep that club average down.
right. Well,
you know,
not down,
not
but
just kind of
competitive. Right.
Yeah. Make everybody have that chance to,
Correct.
bring out their A game and be able to score a little bit, and they
Yeah.
find it out. And
Yeah, because the toughest thing for us when we bolt scratch was you never wanted it to be a carry contest because you're hitting a spot down the lane at 45 feet and you're executing every shot.
yes,
I'm over here and I'm a crop duster. I'm just spraying the pocket. I'm all over the place. I'm within
Right.
3-4 boards, but yet the ball sets up at the same place, hits the pocket the same way, and I'm hanging with you. I shouldn't be hanging with
Right.
you. You should be way ahead of me.
correct.
That's why I always like to bowl on tough stuff.
Yeah.
Even if we had a friendly game.
Well, because
Because it
honest with
only
you-
makes you better. It's practice.
and then the better bowlers that are in the Masters or whatnot, they're going to figure it out.
Absolutely. Yes.
So-
Yes.
So they're going to be able to do that.
Yes. And that's what we try to do here. So we try to put them on as many different patterns as we can and try to teach them how to do best with their game on
Yeah.
the pattern with the equipment they have available.
Right.
Make suggestions as to maybe you want to do this.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to map it out this way. Why? Because the ball will do this. It's
Right.
going to roll different. All that different stuff that a lot of them really don't know. They're just up there. They're pretty accurate house bowlers, and they're happy with what their game is. They don't realize that there is so much more to this game. So, and obviously as you got better and better, and then you
Yeah.
got with the right people,
Right.
and your eyes just opened right up,
Oh
and
my
you go,
gosh,
oh my
yeah.
God.
Night and day.
Yeah.
Night and day.
So, and that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So 33 feet here on, again, an older surface.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to be tough. But
Lots
they,
of urethane
they were
going
smart.
down the lane,
Yes.
that's for sure.
A couple guys brought some real aggressive
Yeah.
stuff. One guy he took a pad to a crux prime.
Yeah.
And this ball rolled out at 18 feet.
Hey, I saw him evolve, Gravity Evolve over there during semifinals. And he was playing the gutter, but he was throwing it really, really hard.
God. And they'll learn, though.
He'll learn,
Yes.
yeah. That's
What
what
I
it's all about,
liked, what I
learning.
liked is the guys that bowled 2 or 3 times. Not only did they not give up, but when they came back with a plan.
Yeah.
So this ball didn't work. This is what I saw, and I know it's going to be fairly consistent. So they come back, they ball down, or they get urethane, or they get plastic, and they watch the better players during qualifying. What is this guy doing? How is he scoring, and
Right.
I'm not?
Right.
The great thing about it is they came back and they made the cut.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
what I want to see,
Yeah.
Yep.
because that's where you get
Right.
psyched. I mean, yeah, the money's good, but you know what? I overcame this. I shot horrible my first set. I came back and I did what I thought was right. I made the right adjustment, picked the right ball up, and I made the cut.
Right.
That's awesome. It really is.
It is good. And they start to learn, a lot of ABT bowlers, like they probably read the lane more left to right instead of front to back.
Very
so they
good.
really start
Very
to
good.
learn that. And when they start to learn it from front to back, they'll start to learn their ball motion a lot
Right,
more.
right.
And be able to use some surface, not be afraid to hit their ball with a little bit of, 1,000, 2,000 or
Right.
whatnot.
And why
So-
to do that?
And why to do it.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's a key, and it's hard to learn, but
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what? You'll learn.
Yep.
That's for sure.
And some guys are, no, I won't say intelligent enough, but talented enough that they get it earlier.
Right.
It might take, schmucks like me years, but I understand it, but now can I do it?
Right.
That's the other thing. I might be able, I'll say, Brett, I know exactly what you're talking about, but I can't execute shot after shot
Right.
like the better players can, obviously, and I don't have the time.
Right.
So you have to be realistic also.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Based on the fact that I might practice once every 8 months,
And
I only expect to get,
Right.
to sow.
and add in, you can't see the first 15 feet worth of darn. You just
Yeah.
don't see what's happening in the front part of the lane to be able to make a good evaluation without someone behind you can
Oh, yeah.
trust that says, hey, as soon as it hits the lane,
Yeah.
it's going left, it's straightening up, the ball's standing up. There's so many little things there
Yeah.
that,
Second pair of eyes always is good.
yes,
Sure,
I
sure.
mean, it's huge. You
Yeah.
Which is why, and the thing that I've noticed over the years that you don't see a lot of anymore is competitive team play.
Yeah.
Everybody's evolved into doubles or singles, head to head, which
Yep.
is fine. But understand it, years ago, like the great teams, the Budweiser teams and all that, not only did you have 5 excellent players, every one of those guys knew your game inside and out.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
They watched you throw a
Yeah.
ball for years.
Oh yeah.
They could tell you what you're doing wrong,
Easily.
what to do, what happened to the ball, and you being the member knowing the confidence you have in their judgment, you go thanks, and you make the move right away.
Right.
That is another thing that I would love to see. I mean, you have the up at Highland Park, the team,
Oh, the Big Swiss.
the Big Swiss.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's awesome.
Realistically, it's the only
Big
really
team event.
team event going.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would love to see some more team stuff.
Yeah.
And not the fact that we're going to load up 5 Hall of Famers, but
Right.
let's, maybe limit it to 2, bring some guys in, try to teach them, show them what's going on. Because if we make them better, they're going to be our next ambassador.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what we need.
Yep.
Oh yeah. We need to make everybody better.
Oh, yeah,
You know
really.
what? It just everybody
Absolutely.
loves the sport. We need to make everybody better. They're just going to pass that along down.
Yes.
And all we can do is grow it.
Yes,
So,
agreed.
for sure.
Agreed. And the other thing that amazes me, I got a chance to watch Junior Gold in Vegas.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I saw some kids that were anywhere from 15 to 17 that threw the ball. I can't even describe it how good they threw the ball, and it stopped me in my tracks, and I had to watch them. They were so good
Yeah.
at that
Crisp.
age.
Yeah.
Oh
Crisp.
my
Crisp.
God! Who is the young black kid that's in Vegas? Who just turn around and look at his dad in the stands and he'll kind of do that, and his dad says, "What would you do?"
Right.
Yes, that's what I saw too. Now you have to decide what you're going to do.
Yep.
Right.
Because that's the only way you learn,
Yeah.
which I thought was fantastic.
It's the hardest thing.
Oh,
gotta learn.
TJ Rock.
TJ.
What a great bowler.
Really?
Oh,
I haven't seen him
unbelievable.
bowl, but yeah.
Oh, you got to
yeah,
see him,
that's for
Brett.
Sure.
Oh, he's fun to
Is
watch.
he?
Oh, God.
I was,
and
I
he's
did-
got the perfect attitude.
Yeah.
We're talking level
flat.
emotion,
Very flat.
and he sucks everything in like a sponge. He
Really?
wants to learn every possible thing he can, and he's a great kid.
Cool.
He's a great kid. You get to Vegas, and if you get
Yeah.
a chance to talk to Mognac if he's there,
Yeah.
ask him, is
Ask
there
him,
anything that TJ might be bowling,
Right.
around town, because there always is.
Yeah.
Cool.
But you gotta, it'll be worth the trip, and
Okay.
you will love seeing what you're seeing.
All right. That'd be awesome.
And yeah, some of these kids they're just scary.
Yeah.
And I laugh. The guy goes, "Yeah, but when you were younger, you threw." I said, "No, you don't understand. This kid's a planet above the best that I ever was. I mean, he's so good.
Yeah.
He's fun to watch.
We got some high games. We got some low games
Yeah.
here.
Sure.
Yeah, we
little
got a
mixed
good
match.
mix.
Oh, yeah. We got
Now look at Toma.
look at Toma on here.
And here's the thing: he was on the side last night, and threw a great ball, and had absolutely no carry whatsoever.
Yeah.
He made it by the skin of his butt because he made all his spares.
Right. He's
But-
been working pretty hard the last few
Yeah.
weeks. He's been.
Well, he wants to get back
putting a
into
lot-
it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's been putting some practice in.
Sure.
So, for sure.
But yeah, and I laughed at him. I said, as much as you couldn't get a break to save your life, I said, you know how bowling is. You watch. You'll get on the same pair that you
Yeah.
struggled on, which is this pair.
Yeah.
And now he's
Yeah.
going at 279 pace.
Yep.
That's the way it is.
It is.
It's one of the things you got to love about the game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
no
yeah.
doubt. Well, and it's like, and I tell people, I said, if it was that easy, you'd win every week. And then
Right.
you'd be,
We'd all
number
be
one,
professional.
we'd be bored.
I mean, that's
I mean,
Then
even
Nick would have to kick you out. I mean,
But even-
I've heard that before.
that was when we were on house shots,
Oh, yeah.
dude. Come on, a lefty on a house shot's automatic. I'd let you bowl twice.
You know, I think it was four times. to be
Four
exact.
to be exact.
It was pretty hilarious.
And
You
see-
got to go.
And here was the sad part years ago. We were 189 and under because
Yeah.
back then
Yes.
you could get your card at 190 and above if you
Right,
got
yep.
sponsored, blah, blah, blah. And that's
Yep.
fine. But when short oil came in, I was losing 12 guys a week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with their ability.
No.
It was the fact that everything got easier.
Yep.
Yep.
So
That's exactly
we
what
had
happened.
to raise the ceiling, and then we had to raise it again when we got into resin, and we had to raise it again with the weight blocks and stuff.
Yep.
Now the only way we can control it and to make them understand the game is to change the patterns.
Yes. Yeah.
Completely.
Which you've
because-
done that, and that's
yeah,
great.
Yeah, you have to. You
Yeah.
really do. And then I hear people go, well, some of the branches will go, they won't bowl on the tough stuff. Why?
Right.
And they said, well, they won't bowl. I said, does that mean that you won't put it out? Does that mean
Yeah.
that proprietors are giving you grief? What's the deal?
What's the deal? Yeah.
Understand what we're trying to do.
Yep.
And
Because you're trying to make bowlers better.
yes,
Yeah.
You want them to learn.
absolutely. I want these guys to be able to go out now and go to USBC Nationals and have a chance.
Yes.
I'm not saying they're going to, light it up.
bowling your branch, they're going to have a chance because
Yes.
they're going to see their ball do different things week to week.
Yes.
And then when they go out there and they're not going to be surprised, they're going to be
Yes.
relaxed and they're going to be able to bowl.
And all of a sudden they're going to go, I remember this.
Yep.
This transition, I remember what I did.
Yeah.
And they do it.
You remember that when you're bowling different patterns.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
remember, like, oh my god, I remember bowling this a year ago. Now I can just go in and kind of do the same thing. It's kind of strange when you get in that mode,
But
but it
the
does
cool
happen.
part is you have the confidence and your
Oh, yeah.
arm swing stays loose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the confidence is there.
Yep.
Yep.
For
Trust
sure.
your shots.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
not thinking about every little thing, Because, as the game has progressed, and again, and we've had guys that have bowled USBC Nationals for, 30 years or longer. They bowl with the same teams, they bowl with the same doubles partner. But if they don't understand this stuff, they're either going to give it up or they're just going to say, I just can't afford it anymore.
Right.
Yep.
Brackets was a great idea. It helped them get in there because even no matter who's on the floor, you do anything, you're going to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not talking you shoot 610, 620 sometimes, you'll triple your money.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Because most of the guys that are in the brackets are the guys you vote league with.
Yeah.
So if you do okay there, you don't mind coming back because you say, you know what? I covered all my expenses. I didn't make a lot of money, but it didn't cost me anything. Put me in for next year. Where are we at?
Yep.
That's what that did. But I think doing this, knowing, and now they don't know what the pattern is, but I put them on enough different stuff that they're going to be able to read the ball and they're going to understand, okay, I need to ball up, ball down, I need to do this, do that move, whatever. Whereas before, they're flipping a coin. They don't have a clue.
Right.
Or they go to their A game and just struggle and never move, So.
Oh. Uh-oh. JJ with the strike there.
And because I remember, Mike Diaz for years has done great out there. And the older Mike gets, the better he gets, which really pisses me off.
Oh, he is.
He is
He
disgusting.
is getting better.
He really
You're
is.
100% right
God.
with that.
It's
So the one
scary
time,
how-
and he used to load up in brackets when they were coming out, and he was doing fantastic.
Yeah.
And we talked about it. So the one time he comes in and he's laughing. I go, Mike, how'd you do? He said, well, I think he said singles, I shot 670, blah, 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 and I cleared about 1,500. He said I shot 620 or something in doubles. And he says, I'm going to give a lot of that back. He said he doubled his money with 610 or 615.
Not shocked.
No.
And
That's the toughest squad now.
yes.
Coming down to the wire here.
And then, so now, with if we can get these guys just to get in brackets, make that step, and they don't have to get in a lot, but understand that they can make money, even if they're not bowling well. They're going to make money, or they're going to cover a lot of what they spent, where it's not cost them a grand.
Yeah.
Especially the poor guys that are on the East Coast, because they're either going to go to Reno, they're going to go to Vegas, or one place outside of it. But 2 of every 3 years, you're going to be at a stadium.
Yep.
Oh, they're 2,000 miles away. Airfare.
That's an expensive trip.
Getting their equipment out
Yeah.
costs them a fortune,
Yep.
plus the entry fees, plus the rooms.
Yep.
So, come on, guys, let's think about this a little bit.
Yeah.
We're missing a huge bowling population on the East Coast.
No.
Yeah.
Completely.
They've been there forever.
Yep.
And we still got a fantastic group of league players, believe it or not, in the Carolinas and the Virginias. There's still huge bowling
down
centers
there,
out there. Bowling is still big.
Right.
Yep.
We're missing a
Good.
boat. We got to get a national event on the East Coast, so that the guys New York, Massachusetts, the guys from Florida, you can get in there in less than a day.
Yep.
Okay, you drive. You don't have to worry about your equipment. You just take it. That's what you need.
Yeah.
And if they go, if you give me this opportunity every 3 or 4 years, I'll do it.
Right. They'll take advantage of that.
Exactly. And so we need to do that too.
Yeah.
All right, that was a great match while we were
Yeah.
driving each other crazy. Looks like Jeffrey drew 3 splits in 5 frames, put him in a deep hole.
Yes, it did.
Against John, and they're good friends, so it's kind of funny when they had a match up. They both kind of laughed at each other and gave each other a big hug.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
I'm having a problem with lane 9. It's not dropping new pins in this.
Oh.
Possible.
All right, so Mr. Carter is gone, so JJ is alive.
DJ's gone.
Let's see, did Jerry Toma just crush poor DJ Merritt?
And Steve.
Steve Faust beat Shane Ponce?
Yep.
Okay. So now we bring in our second seeded player, Bryce Downey.
The big gun.
Who's going to take on the lowest remaining seeded player, who is going the last 3 seeds all lost. So Bryce Downey's going to take on John Johnson.
Okay.
And that's going to be on 5 and 6. And let's see, and then that'll leave
Steve and
So
Jerry.
Faust is a winner, and Toma's right.
Yep.
Faust and Toma.
Yep.
And where were they?
They were. Steve was on.
Steve was there.
He was on 5 and 6,
Yep.
and then Jerry was on 7 and 8.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So while we're getting this figured out for round 2, folks, again, our 3 bowlers that failed to advance in the first round are each going to go home with $175. Still be tied for 6th. Now our 5 remaining players are now in the Megapot. So the worst they're going to do now is $410.
Oh, nice.
And it just goes up. So
That's great.
yeah, it's awesome. So we're going to step aside for editing purposes. We're going to get this figured out, and we're going to come back and you'll see round 2 of our 4 rounds of match play. Again, you're watching the Amateur Bowlers Tour here at AMF North Glen. I'm with Brett Cooper from Storm and Dexter. I'm with Mike Vasquez, and I'm Nick Lasource, and we'll be back in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nick Lasource with Brett Cooper and Mike Vasquez. We're here at AMF North Glen. This is round 2 of our top 8 eliminator final. Now we're down to our top 5 bowlers. We have our 2nd seed, Bryce Tanney of Broomfield, taking on John Johnson of Golden. Now we have Steve Faust, I believe, of Thornton. Steve, are you from Thornton? Where are you living now? Golden?
Thornton. He said Thornton.
Oh,
Thornton.
I was right.
You're right.
Scary. And Toma lives in his car in Denver somewhere. I know that. So we're good. Okay, so higher seeded player is going to lead. So Steve Faust is going to lead. Bryce Tanney is going to lead.
All right.
And we're going to be in match number 2. Now the match right in front of us on 7-8 is only a 2-pin difference.
Okay, perfect. That's what.
And then of course,
Bryce got
John-
some handicap over there, huh?
yeah, John feels sorry for Bryce. So he's going to
Yeah,
go up
I think that's
19.
what it is.
He might not after the matches.
Really? Yeah.
Right.
Ooh, oh, he did get the 10 out.
Yeah, they're
That
not
was
friends
almost a
right now.
4-10. Yeah. Friendly decision, yeah. Now, Bryce is one of a handful of Denver branch players that won a national title. He won a $20,000 tournament at the stadium about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Had his mom and dad out there, I think was the winner.
It was a summer.
Oh, was Summer
I thought it was
Nationals?
summer.
Okay. But yeah, he threw the ball
We
great.
bowl so many now. It's,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But the thing about Bryce, again, his A game is up and in. And as that pattern out there broke down, he went right to the ditch and had a look like you wouldn't believe. And he got relaxed and he got
Right.
comfortable and he went right through the field. It was great to
His
see.
A game was on.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
You're winning those tournaments, your A game
Oh,
is
yeah,
on.
yeah. We've had a lot of guys. Mike has won a couple of side events nationally.
Mm-hmm.
You've won what?
gold.
Gold members tournament.
Cool.
And then we've had some huge winners. Tina Hendrick lives in Brighton.
50.
She was going to nursing school, and we're at Samstown. We take the top 64 into match play.
Okay.
Okay. Then you draw. Total.
Oh, yeah.
Total. Yeah.
Blind draw,
Almost like the
Oh, yeah.
High roller.
high
back in
roller.
the day.
Right.
Yeah.
So she ties for 64th with a girl from Philadelphia. So they have to have a roll-off. Tina wins the roll-off and goes through the field and wins $64,000.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then I got 2 brothers. One was a classic bowler, one was a master bowler.
Uh-huh.
They both win the same tournament.
Yep.
Wow.
Between the 2 of them, they won $60-some thousand. Master champion, classic champion. And I was Noah Elich and Ben Elich. And it's like I told him, I said, guys, the odds of that happening again are like in the trillions. Yeah, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
But it was awesome. Really was. Ooh.
You got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't bring up that Tina tournament when Nolan's around.
Oh, only because Tina
She
stepped
beat
all
him.
over him to advance?
She beat him.
Yeah.
But he had to spend the whole weekend with her too. So his story of it's hilarious.
Oh, of course. It gets better every time we talk about it. As only Nolan
awesome.
can say it,
Yes. Had to give her a ride for the airport. Had to go see the dam with her. Had to go have dinner with her.
Oh, yeah,
She
yeah.
beat me bowling.
I had to pay for dinner, Ooh, wow. That ball floated out, yeah.
Yeah.
So right now, John Johnson, he's got an early double. Bryce Tanney spare strike, so he's picked up 10 pins on Bryce, so he's now down only 9. Get up. Beautiful.
Wow.
That was a beautiful shot. So Bryce doubles and gets it right back.
Yeah.
Idle pro, baby.
Yeah. He's not using urethane.
No. Bryce and I don't have to use urethane.
He's being nice and easy with
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's
up
got
the
that.
lane.
He's got that sweet
Yeah.
speed. And get it. All right.
After today, I think I might start looking at urethane again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just could not get.
Well, you know, because
the
it's
smooth
like
part.
it's like anything else.
Shorter patterns, you know. You can use a
In
little
tournament
urethane.
play,
Yeah.
that ball is going to come in and make you money.
Yeah.
You might only use it once a year,
Yeah.
Maybe.
but you're going to have it in your arsenal, and you're going to go, I need
Yeah.
that ball.
Yeah. It'll get you out of trouble every once in a
Sure.
while, too,
Yes.
especially you get to a pair that's
Ooh.
Yeah.
butt over and under, and then
Correct.
you can bring out that urethane and be able to just kind of get at the pocket a little
Yes.
bit and
You
get play it
ball
safe.
Sure.
Get the ball to
Sure.
face and roll and
Yeah.
not do anything stupid.
Yeah.
And God, I fought that
Stay
all
alive.
day.
Stay alive. Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
never get the fronts right to give me something in the mid lane that was consistent, and it just, yeah. It's the first time I've seen it where I went, man, urethane would have been nice today.
Yeah.
Normally, I fight early rolls so much. I don't
Ooh.
worry about it.
Oh, I can't.
I thought
I
that
can't
was
believe he held on to that. I thought that was in the ditch.
Oh, boy.
That's a good match.
Mm-hmm.
I love Johnny. Johnny and I go back to when he was a porter at Western Bowl as a kid.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Right
Definitely a
at it.
tight-knit family.
Oh,
for
yeah,
this
yeah.
bowling. Just amazing.
Well, and then like you and your brother
Yeah.
and your dad.
Yep.
I mean, it was cool. You know, Mom and Dad would come. Occasionally, he'd come up against Craig, and he'd kick the crap out of him. Poor guy, you know. But you know, and that's the other amazing thing. We have so many brothers, sisters, family members, husbands, and wives, and yet you almost never see them
Very
have to go
rarely.
against each
Right.
other.
Very rarely.
Oh God,
Jerry's lost a little bit of carry from
Yeah.
last game.
probably got a little push.
Yeah. Bryce is up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see what we get here.
He's found the stroke.
Nice and easy. Well,
All right, I was informed by producer Scott Sledgester, as Nolan and I do,
Oh, click
our
the pick.
pick to click. So you have 5 bowlers left. You have the 4 gentlemen you're seeing here, and you have Felix Garcia. Since you are
The
our
guest.
guest, you get the first pick.
get
Who
the
would?
first
Who do you
pick.
think's going to win?
ooh. I got a lot of friends out there. This is tough. You're putting me on the spot. You know that, right?
I live for that. I live for that.
All right. Well, I mean, look, not seeing Felix throw a shot yet, even though this lines up to Felix's A game. Man, it's going to be a tough one. Well, I'm going to have to take Felix.
Smart boy.
I'm going to take Felix.
all the people watching at home, and me and you are all shaking our head, going,
Yeah.
Felix is just
I was on the lane
locked.
with it. I watched him almost throw a 300 in qualifying.
Right.
Yeah.
Then he almost did it again over here to start, another 279.
Yeah.
He's just,
The only thing that scares me about Felix is that he's been resting for a little bit.
Yes.
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 These guys,
Yep.
you know, are bowling now.
Yes.
Yep.
They're getting, you know,
They're still loose. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh.
they're still loose. They're in that competitive mode right now.
And if the lanes
We
are
have-
changing slightly,
Yeah.
they're watching it and
Yeah.
they're making
Yeah.
that adjustment.
and the only thing I would say is, on any other shot, I would agree with you 100%. On this particular shot, I don't think the changes as much as we normally see. The quick breakdown where
Yeah.
it's not a 5-board move left, it's a 12, 15-board move
Sure.
left when you come in. Uh-oh.
Here we go. Who's that? You took the Japanese
took him, Bryce?
ambassador.
Tanny.
So
The big gun.
Sledgester stakes
Oh.
Tanny.
He's going with the big gun.
So now,
Although, if JJ gets it rolling
oh,
here,
oh yeah.
yeah.
you know, I like my chances with JJ
Sure.
against Felix.
Well,
if
and
that
Bryce just went
happens, or-
open.
Yeah.
So
All right. So who's left? For me and you, we got
Steve and Jerry.
Steve and Jerry.
Or John.
Oh, 3 of them. That's
Nobody
right.
picked John.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
go with Big John.
I would.
Okay.
Let's
Heck
get-
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what? I want them all to win because they're all throwing Storm. Can I
There
change
you go.
mine?
I pick all of the above.
Well, here's the cool part, and I'm not saying this just to blow our horn, but years ago, before Dave stepped in with Myron, the National Director of Amateur Bowlers Tour, and sponsored us, Storm, for the Amateur Bowlers Tour, this town was a track and a hammer town.
Yes.
Would you agree?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Early, yeah.
And I believe that with how the Amateur Bowlers Tour is done in town and how our great ball drillers and our pro shops, knowing the equipment that they're using, we have made it a storm town. We really have. And a rotogrip and not so
what
much
about the
900
sales
Global
rep?
yet.
What about the sales rep? He did some
I
work.
don't know. He's a lefty.
Who's that guy?
But I honestly believe that. I really do. I think we've given them so many more options. And some of the other manufacturers, they come out with a line that is very good,
Yeah.
no doubt.
Oh, yeah. No.
But I think overall, between the equipment that we're getting, between Storm, Rotogrip, 900 Global, you can't beat it. I mean, you really can't. And now they have the confidence in it, which I like too.
Yep.
Well, we are truly the bowlers company.
Yes,
tell you that.
Absolutely.
So-
Yes, you are.
Anything's we support and love supporting ABT and everything else, and
And you guys support other things, which I love.
yeah.
I mean, Tat's out there, and I know there are times where
big time on the
they'll put some
Yep.
stuff in Tat or
military
Rotogrip.
tournaments.
Military
Yep.
tournament.
I mean,
oh my
that is-
God!
That's
a
huge.
Do you
That's a huge
believe how
tournament.
that has grown?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
it's
is.
amazing.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh.
I was laughing. I was telling Maniac, I said, the military keeps this up, you're going to have to add another bowling center. You're going to have like 200 lanes.
To have enough to
Yeah.
accommodate.
We'll have a 62-lane center, 64-lane center, and a 60-lane center. What the hell, Yeah, it's amazing. Really is.
Yeah, it's so funny how I can remember when I first started bowling in Longmont, I was literally one of two people in that house throwing Storm. And when I left and finally, moved down here and worked
Sure.
down here, complete opposite. 3/4 of the house
So let
is on
me
Storm.
ask you, because the two big players there, obviously, are Don
Uh-huh.
and Scott Sloan.
Uh-huh.
What do they use, as you say?
Don, I think he might be working a little more towards Storm now.
Okay, but back in, like you said, when you were starting.
Oh, yeah. No, he was definitely EBI.
Okay, all right.
You know.
Was
Definitely. Like I remember he talked me into my first Columbia Tour boss,
Okay,
which was a great tournament
Sure.
ball. And that's how heavy that was back then. What Brett's talking about, how it's just changed and that.
Yeah.
And I can just remember I'd throw a new Storm ball and somebody like, "What is that?" And
Yeah.
it just built and everybody and and not everything matches people for
No,
all
no.
different kinds of reasons, and maybe they stay some one way or another, not understanding what they're doing with the different equipment. That's probably
yeah.
the thing.
But
to me
they like the fact, like some guys are hammer guys, and I'll say,
Yeah.
okay, why do you like hammer? Well, I just like the way, for me, how it rolls. And you know
Right.
what? That might be absolutely correct.
yeah,
That equipment in their hand, the way they throw, the way they have it set up,
correct.
does the best that they can do. And
Ooh,
absolutely,
Nice.
that's what you
spare
want to do.
By Jerry.
Big spare. That's a stay in the match spare, baby. Come on, keep 'em rolling.
JJ's putting on a little string here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's
He's
I tell you,
disgusting.
he's gonna
No.
be tough to beat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, he's got the confidence.
So
right
who do
now.
I have left? Let's see. You have Felix.
I have
Scott's
the field,
got Bryce.
Right? I changed mine to the field, right?
We're not playing craps,
Oh,
Brett.
we're not.
Okay, come on.
Dang
I got the field.
he's kind of got to.
Oh, God. No wonder I never see him in Vegas. He's avoiding me. Oh, Lord. Okay, so Toma Faust Johnson. God,
It's a close match too.
it is. It really is.
Really close. If and it looks like,
You know,
7
even
and 8, like it's really.
John's walking away from it. I'm not going to pick him because it's not fair.
Right.
I'm just going to go with Steve Faust because I don't think he's ever won.
No.
And you remember his dad, John, who used to be the mechanic at
I was going to
Rocky
ask
Mountain?
you, is that?
Yes.
I didn't realize that. So, I kind of was putting it together, but then I was like, I didn't realize he had a son. And
Oh, yeah.
nice.
Yeah, and John's still down.
Nice.
Yeah, but we had I loved bowling against him. There's another guy.
I bowled against him.
There's
Great
another
bowler.
guy that you give him a ditch shot. Clary had a bowl against him at Elitch's. John was tough, but he's a lot of fun.
Right now, this is a dead even match.
Oh, my
man.
gosh,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it looks like 7 and 8 is really starting to burn up on the
Yes.
gutter there. So they're having a little bit of, they're trying to tweak it a little bit to where they can get the strike.
That's the toughest thing about this shot in house is the left to right was not favorable.
Right.
So when you started coming into the left, you were almost better off to keep going
right.
and find a way to get up the
Right.
closer to the ditch.
Yeah,
Good
you just
point.
really need to get up the back and let it roll and let that ball to start up and just kind of smooth it out a little bit. So looks like Jerry got a little bit more right there, but he did get a little left off his hand and went Brooklyn. So
But again,
Plus,
understand.
It's so hard to trust it.
Yeah.
Well,
You do-
and
let's
we're
say
looking
you
at,
do a
we're
2 and
looking at
1
a guy
left.
that
it's a tight match.
He's coming off
Well,
a 2-year
that-
absence.
Yeah.
Well, and not
Oh, a
only
little
that,
longer than that.
Really?
Yes.
If you
Okay.
take
Yeah.
if you took the bowling all day long, if you made that move left and you opened up a little too much, it did not come back.
Yeah.
So then as you go right, you're like, oh, I can't open to the ditch. You're trying to protect, but you need, and that takes away the whole
Oh, that was a
letting
good
the ball
shot
just
right
roll.
there.
Get it.
Wow.
Great shot.
Good shot.
That was a great shot.
It was.
JJ,
stepping up.
meanwhile. Yeah,
Pitch black.
I love it.
Well, his wife's sitting behind him. I think she just gave him the horns.
Yeah.
She's going, dude, I'm letting you bowl. You better bring home some bread.
Yeah.
Steph is a great kid. She really is. A lot of fun.
This is huge right here.
Yep.
Oh, Jerry.
I did not expect
I
that to
didn't
actually
either.
hook up. Wow.
Dang it.
That's a big miss. Now we got ourselves a match here, boy. Whoa. Wow, Steve doubles here. Automatically goes up 20.
Yeah.
He can just absolutely walk away now. Wow.
JJ stepping up. Flush.
He's
He's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, he's going to be hard
Nope,
to beat.
It's
no
gonna be
doubt.
hard to beat.
No doubt.
Well, we know Mr. Tanny is toast.
What
Yeah.
lane are we going to next?
7 and 8 will be the last two matches.
Okay.
7 and 8. That's going to be interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Bryce still made a great run this
Oh, he
weekend,
did.
that's
Oh,
for
no.
sure. He was bowling semifinals. He struggled a little bit the first game, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then second game, he came back and he had
I
a
don't-
great game.
yeah.
And then the last game, I was watching him bowl, and he was like struggling really early. And he was trying to use like an IQ tour. And then he ended up balling, up to an idle pro. And then it kind of gave him a little bit more friction in the back. And
Yep.
he ended up shooting 190s last game, sneaking in.
Hey,
So
that's
for sure.
good.
That's great.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. So Bryce is going to go with $410. $410. Not bad. For tied for fourth.
Nice game.
Mr. Johnson.
It was a great game.
281 was 268 scratch. Very nice.
Awesome game.
How many pins does he get?
Too many.
many?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
We'll take care of that next week.
That's what I thought. He should be embarrassed.
After this weekend, it ain't going to be that much.
That's why I have no friends anymore.
Yeah.
I go, dude, you took away my
My
pins. I
pins.
go, it's very easy, guys. Give me the money back. I'll give you your pins.
Give you your pin. There you go.
Nobody's ever taken me up on
No,
that.
I bet
Imagine
not.
that. Well, it's tough. You go through a weekend of averaging 250, and then you got the hit for just going so far. It's a huge hit
Sure it is.
on average.
Sure it is. But when you're dealing with 1,000 members,
Hey,
you have
that's how it
to
goes.
you
No,
have to make it
that's-
Yeah.
a chance where everybody
you
has
go
a shot.
up and you go
Yeah, go
down,
down.
and
Yeah,
you go
sure.
up and you go down. And
That's another reason why I think we do so well in town here, because I honestly believe that they feel that they have as good a chance as any.
Oh,
They
most
will
definitely.
get an opportunity at some point where everything will come together. And, it's not
more
going to be
equal.
life-changing money, but
Yeah.
you know what? It could be, hey, I'm going to take the family on a vacation money.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, like I tell people, a lot of people will talk about it, and they'll only want to bowl the houses that they bowl
Well,
in.
that's all. That's normal.
And I like the problem with your
Beautiful.
average with that is you're coming to the place where you tend to have your highest average. So guess what? You're never going to have any sticks.
Right.
Because you're always bowling the best you
Right.
can bowl.
Right.
You need to bowl the houses you
that are
don't
tough.
like.
Right.
And number one, for your game.
Yes.
To understand what it, you can't just blame the house.
Right.
It's not. Come on.
It's never the house anyway.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's
not
easy
allowed.
to do
It's Nick's
that.
fault
Sure.
all the time. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
of course.
Correct. It's Nick's fault. Go out and challenge yourself. Learn to play different parts of the lane.
Yeah.
Like Brett says, this game today is so much about front to back, not left to right,
Yeah.
and recognizing when the front's killing the back or it's
Yep.
helping the back. And that's, it's
Sure.
just not a conversation that enough people have to help people
Right.
understand. Look, it's not as difficult as it looks. I realize that you don't have what you have on a house shot, but you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Right.
But that doesn't mean you can't bowl on this.
Right. Because, especially the guys that have been bowling for years, they are so bred as to, okay, they're watching the ball's hooking up, I'm moving left.
Yeah.
Okay, the ball's doing this, I'm moving right. Years ago, yeah,
Yeah.
it ain't the
Today,
case anymore.
No,
It's not
at
the
all.
case.
And even on house shots, that's not even the case anymore.
Well, here's the
Agreed.
killer. Because we defeat ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you a great example. Tuesday night, 40 teams of 5, right? Handicapped men, great league. 80% of them are playing the track.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
So with God only knows what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
But-
ball you can think of.
So you have basically torn that apart.
Yep.
So now it comes down to, now what do I do and what do I use?
Yeah.
And that's what separates the men from the boys. Because in the beginning, in practice, everybody looks like God.
Yep.
Yep. Everybody's just whacking it, whack, 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 whack. And then all of a sudden, oops, goes a little long.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you're 2, 4, 8, 10 going, what did I just do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, and again, and like I'm starting to see, like, to start, it's very small. And then at somewhere between game 2 and game 3, you take a big step left. And it's crazy because that is not where it's been. Normally you can keep feathering and working, but it's like from 15 to 15 just goes.
yes.
And
Correct.
you've got to get far enough left
Yes.
to get through and have this back end.
And then you have to have a ball
That's
that
just
if you
not a
get
house-
deep enough,
Yes,
where
that
you can
gets
get the
back.
ball down the lane,
And have
that the
Thank
ball's got enough energy
All I can
left to
say
make the
is
turn.
thank God for the astrophysics.
That's a good one. That's for
Yes.
sure.
Did,
Awesome.
did he pay you for saying that?
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't pay anything for that
wow.
there are plenty of people who agree with me on that.
Okay.
one. All right.
Yes.
3 and 4. So we got one. What do we got?
So Steve moves on, and JJ.
Yep.
Wow, Faust. Faust is a winner? Yep.
Faust is a winner.
Yep.
227
So
handicap.
That's
to
Spur.
204.
Faust and Johnson.
Yeah. Spare's really hurt.
Yep.
Well, the cool part is, John was John here yet?
John wasn't on this pair
Okay.
yet.
All right.
No.
So I have to. Like he needs it. give him
You have to give
a
him some
couple
shots on
shots.
there?
Yeah, 7 and
Okay.
8. So now we're down to our semifinal match, which will feature these two winners, and the winner of this upcoming match will take on our tournament leader, Felix
Okay.
Garcia. All right. So again,
Felix is going to be really rusted.
I think he's asleep.
Is he? Someone
You
might
can
need
see-
to wake him up.
He's
from his
over
nap.
there stretching right now.
Is
I
he?
can hear the creaking from
Oh,
here.
is that what it was?
Come
All
on,
right.
number 1, let's go.
All right, folks, we'll be back in just a moment. Again, you're watching the Amateur Bowlers Tour here at AMF Northglenn, just north of Denver. I'm with Mike Vasquez and our Storm rep, Brett Cooper. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Source. I'm here at Mike Vasquez and our regional sales manager, Brett Cooper, and one of my early master champions. He comes in every once in a while to brag. But this is our semifinal match, and again, it's going to feature Steve Faust of Thornton looking for his first title up against John Johnson, many master titles, and John's been bowling for quite a long time. Steve is the higher seeded player, so he is going to be leading the match. And we're going to begin. And yeah, Steve's going to have a 21-pin advantage. The winner of this match bowls our tournament leader, Felix Garcia. And at that point, after Felix throws his practice, then he has a choice. He can elect, okay, I want so-and-so to lead, or I'll lead, or whatever. That's the only time it changes.
Perfect.
But these two matches are going to be fun. They really are.
And all three of us are still in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we
Still
kicked out.
alive.
We kicked
Yeah.
out Dummy.
Well, I mean, that feels. I don't know.
Yeah. The end of his swing, it reminds me of his dad.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
That's what I was watching him bowl, and I was like, wow, that reminds me.
Yes. Who does that remind
And then
you
I
of?
was reading the back of the shirt. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Put it
Well,
all together.
even years ago. Even years ago when Frankie was a junior, Guccione, and coming up,
Yeah.
his dad never gave him a lesson. Frankie watched his dad from behind for years, okay? I have never seen a kid absolutely mimic that release and that gate to the line to a
Right.
T than Frankie and Lenny. It was amazing. And I went, really? He goes, no. He says, if he wants to bowl, I let him do his thing.
Right.
If he wants to ask me questions, well, I'm not going to push him. Because he's also an excellent golfer.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
he's just a great athlete. But
sure.
Lenny said he gave him no lessons whatsoever. And it just amazed me that they looked like clones.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
That was Frankie's YouTube, basically.
Unbelievable.
When he watched his videos, he just watched his father bowl.
Yeah.
So
No lie.
now all these kids watch Belmo bowl,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially, and it's not that easy, okay?
No.
I mean, it really isn't.
No, even
And
I tried two-handed.
here's
Shoot,
Here's
why
the
not?
funny part. As we get
It wasn't
older,
very good,
as
though.
we get older,
It didn't last long.
Yeah, you try to do that. You're going, oh yeah, I can do that, and then you go
Yeah.
home and you go,
Yeah,
call
I'm
my
out.
chiropractor.
Yeah.
I'll be over there,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's amazing.
Yep.
And now I'm seeing young women doing it. There's
Yes.
a couple girls at Holiday.
At Holiday to do it,
That
right?
do it,
I've
yes.
seen that. They're not too shabby.
No,
either.
they're not. No, they're not. Yeah, so it is cool.
It makes sense because it changes leverage on the shot.
Yeah.
And that's really what today's game about is
Yeah. Oh yeah.
making the line and keeping your leverage in a good place. The balls are so good now.
Well, and the other part is too that one-handed, some of the girls, and I'm not. I mean, there's nothing wrong about it, but they don't have a strong enough wrist, or
Correct.
and if you ball down under 14, now the weight blocks have changed.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're going to lose some carry
A
possibly.
little
so,
bit of a disadvantage.
That's when you can
But-
start going to 13 and below.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
14, 15, 16
Yeah.
are similar.
Right.
Yep.
So if we can get the girl to hold on to it with both hands and get through it, where all they need to do is get through the
Just
bottom of
finish.
the ball,
Yep.
where it doesn't, not want to say hurt so much, but put so much strain
Yep.
on their wrist or elbow, whatever. And like we were talking about, there's a couple gals at Holiday that,
Yeah.
that two-handed throw
Yeah.
pretty damn good.
Yep.
So and that's cool,
Yeah.
because I remember years ago with me, growing up, the big thing was Mark Roth,
Yeah.
because Mark, I mean, before that, everybody was dead accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Carmen, for as big as his hands were, he could throw the ball hard and the ball hooked, which
Right.
you never
Nobody
saw
did
before.
that.
That was
Right.
like, oh my
Yeah.
God. And then you got the guys coming up, Hanley and Roth, they just overpowered it. It was
Yep.
pure power.
Yep.
And so now that's what everybody wanted to do, And
Yeah.
now we go through these phases.
Yep.
And then, of course, then you had Anthony and Albee, which, oh my God, it's just
Yeah.
that's a whole other planet.
Yeah.
I mean, I had the pleasure of watching Earl at Garden City Bowl, and I've never seen an exhibition like that in my life. And I did the stats for the PBA when we did the World Open when I worked for Brunswick, Mike Albee. That's when he had that year that everybody dreams about.
Oh, yeah.
And every time he made TV, he won. It didn't matter from what position
Right.
he was in. And he was so good.
So smooth.
Just
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
good. And back then, you win $100,000 and you got no sponsor?
Well,
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Earl Anthony wins $1 million?
Yeah.
Really? When other than Firestone for 50 grand, they were bowling for what? 10, 7, 12?
Right.
Okay. Unbelievable. Yeah, but Earl was just ridiculous. My God. And then I heard, of course, obviously Mark Roth had that, the big stroke. And I've heard that he was bowling left-handed. And I heard he was pretty damn good. I haven't seen it, but I would love to see it.
Johnny up. See
Get
what
up.
kind of shot
Beautiful.
here.
There you go.
Solid.
Good shot.
That's going to be a close match.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's got to make up 21 pins.
Yep.
Oh, did I tell you that you're bowling the winner, double or nothing with their equipment? Did I tell you that?
No, you didn't tell me that. Oh, no.
You get one shot.
I get one shot. Oh, great.
One shot. One warm-up shot.
They called me out, huh?
One warm-up shot and one ball. That's all you get.
Go pick one off the house.
Okay.
That's a big shot for JJ.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is an evener right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Spotting him 19. 21.
21.
I can't remember. 21, yeah.
Yeah.
The answer's the call.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
He's
Oh,
got a good look with
I
that
thought
pitch
he
black.
was in a little bit.
Yeah.
And the ball sat, so
But
I think he got away with one.
But he's throwing urethane, so it got
Oh,
to start up
okay.
a little bit sooner,
Correct.
and then it kind of just
Quits.
didn't make that final move. It just
Okay.
really smooth. So look good. I think Faust was throwing a supersonic. Look like.
Yeah, I don't know what else has orange on it like that
Yeah.
with the black.
Mm-hmm. And that's an early rolling ball as well. So make it smooth in the back.
Ooh.
Get it. Oh,
Look,
Great
ooh.
shot.
It was a good shot, though.
When he
You got
let
to
that
come
go,
back.
I said, that's
Yeah.
not going to make it.
it
That
came
ball
back
just
around.
ripped.
Yeah. There we go. Spares are critical. So.
Yeah, I actually John actually comes into town a couple times a year, and he always kind of stops in, and we say hi and how's things going, and he gets a kick out of Steve, because he really past 15 years he's been south, Steve's been up here,
Yeah.
and he really he's proud of him. He throws the ball good, he really does. And here's a kid that has had both hips replaced.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Yeah.
wow.
At the same time, and he can't be mid-30s,
Wow.
Wow.
and that was a couple years ago. I
Really?
don't know if it was hereditary or whatever, but he had both hips replaced. And he, of course, he rehabbed his butt off, and you would never know it.
Right. No, I wouldn't at all.
Go inside, get lucky.
He's gonna hold.
Oh,
Oh, it held.
There we go.
The robber.
All right.
Take that and run.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a great example that the shot on this lane, let it go, smooth, fed out, red, came back, go the next lane. I missed a little right,
Right.
a little overcorrect, a little
Yep.
too tight.
Yep.
And that is a perfect example of this shot today
Sure.
in this house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brett never saw that again. You got to remember he's left-handed.
He doesn't know anything about
Yeah.
that.
When he was talking about moving earlier, I was like, what is he saying?
What's he talking
Talking
about?
Yeah.
I never moved in my
I
life.
moved one or two, and that's it.
Bad break for JJ.
And we're not talking arrows, Brett.
No.
We're talking boards,
We're
right?
talking boards. That's a bad
I
break
used to
for
love
JJ.
messing with those guys, and I love Marco to death, and I love just getting on his case. I really do.
See you, Bryce. Great
Good bowling,
tournament.
Tawny. Come on, buddy. Way to go, big gun.
Got a shot.
Ooh, that was a good try.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, well, Marco, I've known Marco since he moved here. Marco's originally from Long Island and came out here with his parents, and for a while they were living in Evergreen. And Henry Espinoza, years ago, they hooked up. I think they were at Bolero,
Okay.
the original Bolero, and that's
yeah.
where Marco started bowling, and Henry was helping him out. And so he was probably in the mid-late 80s. He was probably a good 80s shooter. Not bad for only bowling for a couple years. And, of course, we're bowling the Illich Classic on Monday night, and my team is bowling his team, and we're head-to-head. I flag a 10 pin in the first frame, and Marco kind of looks at me and smirks at me. And I threw the next 11.
Oh,
and he
jeez.
goes, I don't ever want to piss you off again. But that was then. This is now.
There it is.
He is 40 pins better
Oh,
than
yeah.
me on a bad day. He puts so much effort into his game,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's a
another guy
perfectionist.
that works hard.
He's a perfectionist like
Yeah.
Dwayne Mellinger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Dwayne throws a shot, and you go, it's a great shot. And Dwayne comes back and says, oh, that was horrible.
Right.
You can't even see it.
No.
No. It comes down to feel.
Yeah?
It really does.
Oh,
It
absolutely.
comes down to feel there.
Yep. And no one can see it.
No. And Marco's the same way. You know, he'll come back, and, you know, Marco is funny because he'll come back and be shaking his head.
Right.
And he just rips the rack. And I go,
Oh,
yeah.
hang on. Oh, wow.
Of
that
course, I
came
give him
back.
grief.
Ah,
Yeah, Marco,
jeez.
that was horrible. Shake that off. You'll
Yeah.
you know. And he just laughs, you know.
Well, it cracks me up because for so long, Marco's been able to throw weaker stuff.
Yes.
And the way these patterns are changing, and I don't know how much if you see this, he needs the ball up at times. And
Yeah.
we were bowling some senior event, and I'm like, dude, you need the ball up. And he's like, that makes no sense, Mike.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, no, you need to step right a little
Right.
Yeah.
and ball up. And
Yeah.
it just, to him, it just seemed, it just didn't make sense. And it was so funny that these patterns are,
For now,
it's
well, for
amazing.
example,
Yeah.
the one ball he was using today that he
Uh-huh.
had a good feel for that he liked was the hustle.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you go, the hustle, really?
Yep.
And of course, look what he did with the
He
tropical.
balled up.
Yeah. No, that's my,
Well,
He
you remember
balled
when
up from
that
a
one year
tropical.
he had a tropical. He averaged
Yeah.
240 something.
yeah.
Right.
No.
He did.
And I'm going, you took a $29 bowling ball and made it God, you know?
Yeah.
You,
He
you,
did.
you know, not to say that we're old, but you take that into our. When do you ball up moving left? That is
Right.
just a whole. It
Right.
just to our minds is like that doesn't make
Doesn't
no
make
sense.
sense, right.
I'm moving
Shot.
right to where there's more.
Shot.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Good shot. Yeah, it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
But we're smart enough to realize that we go, am I seeing this correctly? And then we have so many guys in town that are so good
Yeah.
that are open enough to go, you know, I'll walk in and talk to Jason Duran or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
or Steve Badavinik or whatever. And I'll go, am I seeing this right? Is this what you would recommend, blah, 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 blah? And they kind of go, yeah, you're right.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
a perfect example today. I never once came to Brett and say, dude, am I missing something? You know, you got excellent information right there. And I think all of us as bowlers forget to go
Yeah.
back and just say, hey, dude, am I missing something?
Right,
Or
right.
wrong ball? You know, just
Right.
Yeah.
what are you seeing about with everybody on the lane?
Sure.
It makes such a big
And
difference.
he
Yeah,
has
and I'm
such
here.
a great
They
advantage.
can always
Right.
come up and ask me. I'm here. So.
You've never
Yeah.
said no. You've always
Yeah.
let me come down and watch
Sure.
and let's see
Right.
what's going on.
Well, again, we want to get them into it. We want to
Right.
make
Yeah.
them better.
Keep them
Yep.
engaged.
Yes.
Yep. Don't be afraid to ask. I think
Right.
that's
Absolutely.
the biggest thing. Because like I said, it's so hard to see what's going on in the front part
Yeah.
of the lane.
Yeah.
You've got to learn to feel it, and that's just time on the lane.
And,
Oh, yeah.
and hopefully you have somebody that you bowl with who
Yes.
is
Verifies what
Oh,
you're
yeah.
feeling.
exactly.
You see
Yep.
that in the area. You have friends with friends. And
Oh,
then,
sure.
You know, they're like, hey, you usually don't bowl that way. There's something going on.
Yep.
You know, and then you-
Yes.
Yeah.
so your friends can usually point it out to you.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So.
Right at it. Hold.
Oh, jeez.
Did he make it?
I look like
Yeah.
one of my
Oh
spares.
boy.
There's like a little bit of hook, like just down
Oh, wow,
lane with
just
the plastic, and
enough.
it's making that.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's making a little bit of move, and it's a little unpredictable.
So you got what?
This is close.
This is close.
Yep.
109 and a 6, 115, 6.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's still down, what, 27?
He's still down. Yep.
27.
Yep.
Running out of frames.
He's gonna have to start a string.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, he is. Because Steve isn't letting him back in.
Right.
Frame number 8.
It's been JJ's
Boom.
good lane here.
There it is.
Yeah, that's
Wiped
been
it
his
off his
good lane.
hand. Yeah, yeah.
He's gonna end up finishing on that lane too.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Yep. One shot. Just one good
Mhm.
shot on the right lane. And they're both struggling a little on the right lane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both struggling on that
They're-
one.
they're-
Faust is getting it a little bit too far
Yes.
right, too early. I mean, he just needs to kind of just make a good shot, really.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's made one couple shots earlier and it was, it was perfect. So. That's
a good
not
shot.
too bad right there.
No, it's a great.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, wow.
That was a great shot.
Wow.
Wow.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a
wow.
Yeah.
on this shot. It's hard to grasp right there.
No.
I've been in that position before.
Yeah.
Woo! I think we all have.
Get everything you want.
Yeah.
Everything you want.
Yeah.
And just no
Spare
finish.
it up, though.
Yep. You got it.
Yep.
Nice job.
Oh my gosh! You almost spoke too soon.
No, he was just making sure that he made that.
Thanks
there,
for
just
the
like
drama,
John
Steve.
did.
Thanks for the drama. We appreciate that.
Oh God!
Yeah. Wow.
I
Well, hook
thought,
spot
I
down
thought
lane.
that was walking.
Oh,
Yeah.
The crazy thing always about Cheetah, once the ball starts going left, it's totally unpredictable when it gets to the back end how much more it's going to go
Yeah.
left.
How much energy is left on that
Yes,
ball?
what
when
the
it
ball,
gets to the mound?
exactly.
The cool part is, and I get the biggest kick out of, they spent a lot of time looking at these patterns and they're going,
That was a
the
good
best
shot.
bowlers in the world, no
Nice.
matter what we put out, sooner or later they all average 260.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the heck can we do? And they've gone with oil mixture, they've gone with this, that, and these. Now what they've done is the next series of sport, they've taken the transition
Oh,
and they've messed
flipped
with
it and
Yeah.
flipped it.
Yes,
Just flipped
and,
it.
which is so cool. So now we're going, okay, I get it. You're trying to, you're trying to teach me. I get it. But there are times where you go, this just doesn't make sense.
No.
All right.
Well,
this
look
is
at what
big
they
right
did
here.
out on tour this year with the two different patterns.
Yes.
Sometimes lane to lane.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Come on,
Really?
man. Talk about
Let's go
challenging the
this.
brain.
Come on.
You gonna get
Come
it?
on. There we go.
Wow.
He needed that.
Yeah,
He
wow.
absolutely had to have that.
He did.
He had to have that.
But now he's getting up on his good lane.
Yeah,
So this could be a close match.
sure.
Yes.
It's going to come down to the final ball, I'm thinking.
It could.
Yep. JJ gets the first two, he forces him to double.
Yep.
It's huge.
And again, Steve, he has thrown a couple good shots there, but his
Yeah.
carry is nothing
No,
like the
that-
others. So
Whatever's going on 8
Yeah.
is
yeah. Matches have been good. They've
Yeah.
been fun.
a good fit. It's a perfect ending to today, the
Yeah.
way the tournament went.
Yeah.
The grinding parts. the-
Yeah.
Sure. Sit.
Oh, that
Oh, that was a
little
little
hard.
light.
A little hard. A little hard.
So you got
A little amped.
257.
Mhm.
Makeable, obviously, but. So let's see where he's at here.
Wow.
So he can max out at 96.
Mhm.
Force a mark.
80. Yeah, any mark for
Yeah.
Faust now is a win.
Does he win?
Oh, no.
That's a killer.
That's. Yeah.
All right, good
Oh,
run
that
for
was a
John
good run.
Johnson.
Yep.
John's going to finish in third place. He's going to make $620. Great weekend for John.
Great run.
Yep.
And you can see it in the temp. Spares are tough.
Oh,
No,
man.
they're
They're very tough.
Okay, buddy.
See you, Carter.
see, bro.
Now Faust can make some adjustments and get ready for the final match.
Yes, yes.
You should take advantage here because he won't be able to get any practice, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Now he can go to the practice pair and stay
then-
loose.
Okay.
That's a good shot.
Yep, good shot. Buck 90 with one double, one open.
Yeah.
On this, yeah, take it
No,
all day.
that's-
Take it all day.
It's a good shot right there.
Beautiful
Yes.
shot.
Yeah, he made a little adjustment
good
too.
job. Very nice.
Kind of just got it going up lane. He didn't really get it, too far out to the gutter.
Great match, gentlemen.
Yep.
Look at that, 228, 197. Steve Faust of Thornton is going to go up against Felix Garcia of Parker. And we're going to step aside for editing purposes. When we come back, you'll see that championship match right here, Colorado Sports TV, Amateur Bowlers Tour Denver branch. I'm Nick Lasorsa, Mike Vasquez, our regional sales manager, Brett Cooper. We're going to make him famous, yeah. He's already famous here, but people don't really know him.
They're getting to know him.
Yeah,
I've seen him do a few shows. He's done a few other shows.
In any event, folks, we'll be back in just a moment.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nick Lasorsa with Mike Vasquez and Brett Cooper. We're here at AMF Northglenn for our championship match with the Amateur Bowlers Tour Denver branch. The winner today taking home $2,078. Our second place bowler taking home $1,039. We have Steve Faust of Thornton. He's looking for his first title. The best he's done with me so far is fourth. So he's already been a fantastic weekend. He's taking on an excellent master champion, Felix Garcia of Parker. Felix has won 2 titles. Looking for number 3, and he's going to spot Steve 20 pins. Felix is elected to lead the match, so they're going to shake hands, and we're going to begin. This should be fun.
It should be a good match right here.
Felix
Is it going to come down?
Felix
to
loves 8 again,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't
On 7?
You didn't really like seeing him?
We're at the time, too, where a lot of times in this match, it flips. 8 comes back into play.
Good,
and
yeah.
7 goes into the little...
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
It's
we'll see
gonna
what
be
happens.
Interesting.
Felix is a little straighter, too, so
Yes.
it could be, he might like lane 8 a little bit more.
Yes.
He might have a little bit more hold.
Right now,
so-
right now he's like an 8.
Especially
Yeah.
based on the shot that Steve
Yeah.
made to close out that game.
Exactly.
Straighter, little.
Yep. Closed his angles down.
Yep. And he's just had the
Nice.
swing all day,
he's
man.
just
Yeah.
struggling.
Well, we both bowled this morning. It wasn't pretty. And we got back together on that second squad. And somewhere in the second game, like, we were talking. I'm like, dude, you need to just let your swing go. And he kept telling me move right. I was fighting it. He moved, and when it came in, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Everybody was just drooling back
Oh,
there. 'Cause
yeah.
You know
Yeah.
how he is when he
Oh,
gets
yeah, he's disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
He's like that Brett Cooper guy.
Oh, that was a good
He
shot.
stayed with it. Yep.
Mhm.
Boom!
That was a
Oh,
good shot.
man.
The
I
last
knew
shot,
it as soon as
the
he
last
got
shot
going
in
up
the-
the lane.
The
Yep.
last shot of the other match and the first
Yep.
shot there were just absolute
Yep.
money. Yeah. I was telling the guys in the room, the entries were so great this weekend. First place next weekend's almost 2,800.
Really?
That's a huge
Wow.
jump.
Yeah.
Huge
That's
jump.
awesome.
Yeah. We're getting up to regional first places again, like
Yeah.
we used 2 years ago.
That's for sure. Lost up there.
Come on.
That was a good
Ooh,
shot.
Get up.
Oh, a little weak.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Ball just turned up just a hair.
Yeah.
That was a good lane for him, too.
I know.
I'm almost wondering, like, when Felix went out and practiced, because
Mm-hmm.
he is playing so much further right,
He pushed a little.
he pushed a little bit more oil
Nice.
down to where now it might have a little bit more hang on lane
Yep.
7 than before. But we'll see. Faust can always
Okay.
make a little adjustment for the
Oh, yeah.
when he gets
Yeah.
back over there.
All right. So strike 7-10.
Mm-hmm.
That'll even this match up fairly quickly.
Yep.
So one of the amazing things about today's game is the difference in lane to lane. It
Oh, yeah.
used to be pair to pair, but now it's so much lane to lane. There
Yeah.
can be just enough difference that
To be honest with you, years ago it was lane to lane because of wood.
Oh, my
True.
gosh.
And
Yeah.
when you patched.
Yeah.
yes.
Maple, pine. That's why the players.
Why?
No,
Why does it bounce at 10 feet? Because they went with the pine first.
Yeah.
And then
That was a good shot.
nice.
Wow.
What I'm saying is, do you
Holy
remember
smokes.
the regional players? Paul Nichols' dad, Norm Nichols, had a Bible. When they,
Oh.
like, say they went to Colorado Bowl,
Yeah.
to bowl a regional, he had a book, and he charted every lane in that
Oh, my
bowling center
gosh.
because they played different.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those guys, I mean, that you realize how much information you had to carry?
Oh.
So yeah, back then it
Mm-hmm.
it was that way, and of course now the surface is being just sweet.
Yeah.
Well, and today, the same kind of thing, topography.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
my
It's
gosh.
so critical. Like,
Sure.
It is the most important information to balance what you're fighting because it matters.
Sure.
See what he does in this lane. Wow. And the ball just holds. He gets that a little left, and it still holds.
Mary, if you're watching, hon, and you really want to buy something, just pull out that credit card that Felix has and just order your little heart away, baby.
Yeah. Mary, if y'all go to a nice steakhouse, just invite me.
I wish I could remember the name of the one that down there in Castle Pines they go to.
No,
been there with them, Senior Springs. Come back, we eat there every time.
Okay.
All right. Not a
I
bad
like
shot.
Nice.
All right. Good pitch.
Excellent shot.
He's not going away quietly, let me tell you. He's going to be in this thing.
Yeah.
So
since I picked Felix, is there like an extra $50 to this little thing?
Actually,
or what was in the pot?
No, it's a percentage thing.
Oh.
Now, number one, Mary's a sweetheart.
Oh.
She will gladly tip you.
Oh, okay.
To get Felix to do something.
All right.
So if by chance, and he wins 2 sweepers, finishes second. And
I think she's going to tell you that he can take it out of Felix's cut.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh wow.
Sorry, you're on a strike. You're on a strike.
That fell off his hand.
He made 800 just in sweepers.
Oh wow.
He just won the Senior Masters here too.
Yes.
A few weeks ago.
Coal Creek.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's been bowling really good lately.
He has. Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
And it was he beat Steve. What a inning.
Yeah.
That was
wow.
Yeah.
Steve come out the gate. It looked like he was running away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Felix made a move and ran him down, and they just flipped. It was like the 2 games just flipped. And
unbelievable.
No, it was. It was
all right.
amazing.
Attaboy.
That's fair.
Good job.
I think it was another thing there that he rode with Steve to that tournament.
Yes, they did. They rode together.
Yeah. So I think Felix was so tired after winning, he made Steve drive home. That's what I heard. There's a rumor out there. That's what I heard.
Well,
I
by the way,
Steve told me that he made snacks and everything else.
I just drilled you, so here's the key. I'm going to chill out.
Right.
You wore me out.
Yeah.
I got to take a nap.
Oh, good. Yeah, he was in a little.
Bit.
Yeah, he was in a little. All right, 6-10. I think he cut him a break. I don't think he wanted to shoot 300 at him. And we were cracking up. I mean, Steve and Mary bowled together, and Felix and Mary bowled the same team in the NFL Scratch League. And the last 3 or 4 weeks of last year, the most valuable player on that team was Mary.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That lady got lined up.
Yeah.
And just, now understand, when she's throwing those kind of numbers, and you got him, and was it Duran?
No.
Yeah. Duran bowls with him?
He does. But,
as a sub or something?
As a sub?
Yeah. I think Steve was up, and so was Sam.
Oh, okay.
It was Sam that
was
the. And I don't remember who their 4th was.
Yeah. But, so all of a sudden your leadoff bowler, your low average bowler, just comes out of the gate and says, "Guess what, guys? I'm here."
And
they couldn't.
Step your game
you couldn't
up.
touch him.
This crazy guy's throwing a different ball every week.
Oh, jeez.
And if he threw one and had a big game, I got to change and throw something else. He cracked me up. I was too good. I got to throw something else.
Oh, God. Yeah, but Mary was.
Oh, she had a
awesome.
great run.
Yes, she did.
Get in there.
Come on.
Oh.
The way this is going, that gutter spare that he made
was huge.
Was going to keep him in it and give him a chance.
Yep.
Because if he goes open, or open strike open, he's in serious trouble. Because at that 20-pin cushion, he's alive. He's okay. Attaboy.
Wow.
Good shot. Okay. 97 in the fourth, spare in the fifth.
Felix is relaxed.
Here's a crazy thing. When Mary and him joined ABT, 1983, and they were dating.
Really? You remember that date? You remember when everybody
scary.
joined? Okay. I'm not going to ask you for mine. I don't need to be aged.
I know you were crying that
Yeah.
you wanted the bowl before you were 18. I remember that.
Yeah.
Ooh, oh, good break.
Wow, out of trouble.
I mean, if you think about it, look at all the guys that started in their late teens with us, and especially when the Masters started, and now 20, 25, 30 years later, what they've become. Some of them,
Yeah.
just amazing.
Get it?
The thing that cracks me up the most, again, Dwayne, 2 major wrist surgeries.
Yeah.
And he back then, I think he bowled out at 220. Because him and Ron Hosser were the only 2 guys that have bowled out twice. Because the cap went up, and they bowled out. And now with the patterns and stuff, they're
Right.
still great bowlers, but
Right.
they're not that dominant where
Right.
the couple of weeks they're just going to kill you. It's not going to happen. And so I remember walking up to Dwayne. He was like 220 something and 0. And he was in the finals. And I went, dude, come on. I said, let's do this right.
Right.
Win the tournament. There's a regional in Kansas next week. Go. He wins the tournament and he goes out and wins the regional.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going, dude, you are you are the man.
He's been.
Yeah.
There's another one on a hot streak right now.
Oh, man.
Been
Really?
bowling well.
No?
Yeah.
Good,
New
good.
Mexico Open. He won.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
hang on.
right. Come on, stay in it, Steve. Come on. Don't make it easy on Felix just because he's old.
That
Yeah.
gray hair is fake. It is. He's trying to get sympathy out of you.
He's actually a 22-year-old on steroids. Yeah, in fact, I was going through the old files from the very beginning and where they took Polaroids. And there's a picture of Felix
Yeah.
and Mary. I think we were AAA, just in the back.
Yeah.
And you look at hairstyles and all this
Oh,
stuff, and you saw the picture and you just started laughing.
That's funny.
Good shot.
God.
And that's the cool part.
Yeah. Polaroids. Yeah. I have to admit, I think I got one of those Polaroids.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
I do.
Yeah. Yeah, until all the digital stuff came out,
Yeah.
that's what we did every week.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. The Glover Polaroid.
Yeah, and then Dennis would do that for us and put it on
Yep.
the internet.
Yeah.
And now, God, everybody's
Man,
got
how things
cameras in their
changed.
phones. And
Yeah.
It's crazy. Does he like it?
That's a good shot.
Ooh,
Yeah.
light and carries.
Nice.
Number 1.
You know what I think we ought to do? Let's call Badavinik. Tell him that Felix won. He's got to come up and drive him home.
You know what? I think he would do that, but he's in Vegas
I
right
was
now.
going to say, I think Steve has already made his way
Yeah.
to Vegas for the Ron Moore.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I think Felix is wishing he would win.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
He's throwing it good right now.
Yeah, he sure is.
There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
All right.
All right.
No matter how this ends up, this is great confidence builder for
Oh,
Steve.
yeah, for
really
sure.
is. Threw the ball
Both-
great all weekend.
Yeah.
Going to take home a nice piece of change. That's sweet.
He's beat some good players to get here.
Yes, he did.
So, good shot. There you go.
Oh, beautiful.
That was a good shot.
Beautiful shot.
Great shot.
Attaboy. All right.
Made a couple moves there. And
Yeah.
Yep. No, that's been
no.
very impressive watching with him. There's been times in every match he's needed to make a shot
yeah.
and force the other player
To
to
make
do
a
the
shot,
same.
right.
Yeah.
And that's match play
Oh,
Yeah.
no doubt. No doubt.
in a drop. That's it.
Yeah. He's not giving up.
No.
And that's good to see. And that's It's really good.
That's
to see.
another thing that we try to tell the, I don't want to say lower average bowlers, but the not as people are trying to become an elite player. And I tell these guys, I said, the difference between you and a guy that's, 2-teen, 220, you mentally give up. These guys never give up.
Right.
They could struggle and lose, but they are going to do their damnedest to figure it out and give you the best that they can give you. That's what makes you tough.
Right.
Yep. Well, how many times you look at a match and a person gives up and they lose by 10 pins,
Yes.
5 pins?
Right.
Come on, that's one spare.
Yes.
One spare.
Or you don't
I know.
focus, miss a
Yes.
single pin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nutted it again.
Get up.
Yeah.
Ooh,
If you're looking for
couldn't
carry
quite
there.
carry it out. Okay. Tell you what, I want to give a shout out to Rhonda Gregory, our general manager at North Glen, and her staff. They did a great job this weekend. They really did.
Good.
Had a lot of fun. Girls were good at the counter. Everybody was treated a lot of fun. Had some good open play, leagues in and out.
Yeah.
Handled it
man.
well.
Busy
Everything was
weekend
good.
here.
I wasn't here Saturday, but today I've been here today, and it ran pretty
Yeah,
smooth.
it did.
Yeah. Wow,
Good shot.
Spare.
So you got any hope here? What do we got?
246s can go max. And Steve can go 213 with 20 for 33. So
Mary, if you're listening, Felix is dancing. Okay.
and you know that Felix can't dance, son,
Yeah.
right? You got that. So I don't want to get that visual picture in you
Yeah.
and make you ill.
Nice shot.
Nice.
Atta boy.
Keep it going.
Keep it going.
Make them show up. Come on.
yeah.
And the funny part is, I didn't realize that Barry literally beats him to death when they bowl. I mean, because Felix will just they'll just nag at it. Well, you know, at Arapaho, you got the two steps
Oh,
where
yeah.
you're up kind of high, and of course
Yeah.
Barry's down low. And she don't mess around. She will
No.
turn around and she
No.
will.
I've made a couple comments, and I'm
cold-cock
like, yeah, I won't do that again.
Yes. As you're trying to get your breath.
She's got a nice punch.
And I go, Felix, I said, take some pictures. I mean, you got evidence. And he just laughs. And, Barry's going, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, do that.
Oh. Dang it.
All right.
Run it down.
I think that does it.
210.
Yep.
Yeah.
He gave it a great effort, and I'm very
Yep.
happy for him.
Mm-hmm.
And yes.
Yes.
Ooh, nice
There you go.
spare.
Again, never give up. That's
Right.
what I like. Probably if his dad's taught him anything.
Yeah. Oh, you could see a little bit of that in there.
Oh, yeah.
That's for sure. He'll be back in the finals,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Could
no
be
doubt.
even next week.
It could be. And you
Yeah.
know how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
All of a sudden,
Nice.
everything comes together, and you hope that it just never ends.
Yeah.
Steve Faust, 225 with handicap.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And still stayed in the 190 scratch. That
Yeah.
is right. Few different. Oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
And that's with 2 opens. Still shoots a $190 on this pattern. Gotta love it. So Steve goes home second place, $1,034. And Felix Garcia of Parker is going to win his 3rd title and take home $2,078 to Mary.
Minus $50.
Oh, yeah. I forgot all about that. You're right. Forgot all about that. Mary, you owe Brett $50, honey.
Yes.
Or all the bowling balls that you ordered
I'm
will
telling you,
never
Mary
show
said
up.
Yeah.
that's coming out of Felix's cut. That's out of his side.
Okay. Oh, Lord.
Hey, you know what? Felix showed up. I mean, he was sitting here
Yeah.
for a while, and
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he put up a great game.
Yeah, he was.
That's hard to do for,
That's
know,
a
being
good
number
hour
one
and a
seed.
half.
Yeah.
Good
Yes.
hour and a half.
No,
Yeah.
it's
You You get tight, you get
Yep.
sore, and
Boom.
got to get loose again.
Great
and
job. 240 something's great. Yeah. Nice and easy.
Last shot.
Just
he just
throwing
throws
it.
it the
Yeah.
middle. Oh, and he carries it. Great game.
Of course. Felix Garcia, folks, 246. What do you have, 266 with handicap?
260.
260 with handicap?
Yep.
Unbelievable. All right, here comes the fun part. When we come back, folks, the three of us are going to attack Felix.
Okay.
And this ought to be fun.
Awesome.
All right, folks, you're watching the Amateur Bowlers Tour here at AMF North Glen. Come back with us. We'll be back in just a moment.
Perfect.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Sorsa, Director, ABT Denver Branch. I'm with Brett Cooper, our Regional Sales Manager for Storm and Dexter, and we're both going to give grief to our three-time champion, Felix Garcia Jr. of Parker. And Felix, it was fun watching you.
Yes, it was.
And actually, the matches were excellent. They really were.
Yeah, they were.
It's amazing how this pattern was brutal, obviously, and when you see the cuts, how many times you see a cut of 13?
Exactly.
You know, come on, at 70% of 220. I mean, it was hard. But the cool part about it, like Brett and I were talking about, guys came in and bowled had the wrong stuff. Had no chance. But you know what? They said, I got to go.
Yeah.
Come back. The equipment that suits them better.
Yep.
Have a game plan in mind to do. They come back and they make the cut. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Because this is tough.
It is tough. Yeah, it's not like old cheetah for sure.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, God, no.
Yeah. Yeah, I threw my old cheetah ball, but pinned down Goldie, which is always money,
Sure.
and it didn't work at all. And I thought I needed something a little bit stronger. I threw the astrophysics. It didn't look good early, and then when we got to the second set, I put some surface on it,
Okay.
and surface was great.
Yeah.
Once I got surface on it, that ball was money. I bowled really good. Well
Yes,
done.
you
Right.
did. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
You almost look like Brett Cooper in a mirror.
Almost.
Oh,
Almost.
I think it was a lot better today. Yeah, you kept on getting further right that I saw.
Yeah.
And you're kind of getting, way further left than Faust than anybody else did
Yeah.
today. So
Yeah.
on this pair, and I think that's where you had the advantage,
Yeah.
where the ball was able to get through the front part of the lane, and you still had some energy. Just it came back through the pockets.
It was crazy.
It was
Yeah.
great. It was great to
really-
watch.
Thank you.
It was awesome.
Well, and the fun part is, Felix, I don't care what you say, this is your A game.
It
Yeah.
is.
You and Mellinger.
Yeah.
I give you the 1 and
Yeah.
2 board. The smile on your face is just go. I don't care who it is. Just come on,
Yeah.
bring them in. We're good.
Yeah.
We'll give it the best shot. But you were so comfortable out there. These guys think they're out there, but they're really not.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
probably a handful of guys in the whole club that can consistently play 1 and 2 up the way it has
Right.
to be played. Not thinking they're playing 1 and angling it and losing the carry, losing the energy in the bag.
Yeah.
They play it right. You play it right.
Yeah.
And the cool part is there was guys watching you all day. And you know what? Not only watching you score, but they're watching you. What were you using? Where were you playing?
Yep.
They're taking those mental notes, which we
That's
love
good.
to see.
Absolutely,
We really
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. We want them all to get better. For
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
We were
for sure.
talking about that today.
Yeah. And you've been on a hot streak. So how you been feeling lately?
A little good.
Yeah?
a little good. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I feel like
just
you're in
a
a
little.
little dream and you're just kind of just riding it out. or what?
I hope it's not. I hope it's not a dream. It feels like it. It feels
What
like
time's
it.
your flight to Vegas tonight? That's all I want to know.
I don't know, Ed. If you're watching, I need to go to Vegas. That's my boss. I need to go to
And
Vegas.
Mary's already on the phone. She's
Oh,
got
yeah.
a card and she's buying stuff. I know.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And by the way, you owe him $50.
Yeah.
Oh, I do. Great.
I picked you.
Awesome. Well, there's nothing like owing a good
Why
friend
not?
money, right?
Yeah.
So the guys at Total Dynamics Pro Shop do your stuff.
Yeah, Isaac drills all my stuff.
Good.
Between him, Steve, Jason, Brett, I mean, I've got a whole bunch of guys that are in my corner, help me a tremendous amount.
Well, not only
help-
that, but think about it. That Pro Shop, look at the expertise that comes out of that pro shop.
Oh, amazing.
And the neat part is they want to help you so bad.
They do.
And they do.
Yep.
They take the time. They understate. They try to give you as much information as they can, why you need to do certain things. And then they get you to go out, and then they show you how it reacts and why it's good for you.
Correct.
How can you lose?
Yeah.
I mean, when you got that kind of support behind you.
Yeah.
That's what's great about those guys. It really is.
It really is. It's the whole community is just tremendous. Everybody wants to help everybody else out, and makes us all better.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's what we want.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
We want you to
that's
leave
the
here,
cool
and we
part.
want you to go to little tournaments,
Yeah.
outside of Colorado, and bring that, bring those
Sure.
titles back.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Yep.
Because you went. Did you bowl the Albuquerque Open?
I did not. No.
Okay.
Nope. I had some knee problems all summer long.
That's right. That's
And
right.
I started coming out of a little bit here maybe a few weeks ago. Got some physical therapy. They taught me how to tape up my knee, and that's kind of really helped just get me through long blocks like
Sure,
this.
sure.
We bowled 15 games a couple of weeks ago. Today was, I think, 11, 12
Yeah.
games maybe.
Yeah.
So, it was good.
Yeah.
So the knee feels pretty decent.
Good.
I'll be sore as heck tomorrow,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
Tomorrow's tomorrow. I
Pockets will be a little heavier.
yeah, that'd be good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If Mary doesn't get it all.
They'll only be heavy for about the next 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And she gets it all.
I just love these two. I really do. They're so much fun. They really are. Hell, half the time I want to go to a Rapo just to watch them give each other grief when they're bowling. That's the best. I mean, you did good, well deserved.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Fun watching you always. It's always a pleasure. You're a true professional, always helping people out, and that's what makes us who we are. Really,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
it makes you who you are. And
Thank you.
I'm happy and I'm proud for you. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, keep doing it. So, Nick, I have a question for you. So, what was his handicap at right there? Is he going to lose a little bit? Should we tell him now?
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, the fact that he averaged like 260, he might lose a few
A
sticks.
few. Yeah.
He doesn't care.
I don't think so.
But and that's the thing. Like with Dwayne, he won a couple. He gets a couple times, makes top 5. He gets 0 sticks. Some of these
Right.
people get 60 pins.
Right.
And Dwayne goes, okay, that's fine.
That's
He
my
just bowls. and that's what you do. You just
My-
bowl. And
That's
it takes
my
care
goal.
of itself. Yeah, it
be
just
like
takes care of
Dwayne,
itself. Oh, please.
He's amazing.
Wouldn't that
Yeah.
be fun?
Love you,
Going
Dwayne.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
I just want to say hi to my grandson, Zayden,
right.
Zach, Kumi, Zachary, Mary, everybody. Love you all. Thank you for watching.
He's $50 short, Mary, but
Yeah.
it's get it off.
You know where to get it from.
All right, that's going to do it for us here, folks. Again, Brett Cooper, champion Felix Garcia. I'm Nick Lasource. We're here at AMF Northglenn. Next week, we're at AMF Littleton. With the turnout this week, first place is almost $2,800. Don't miss it. Have a great week.
See ya.